Hello and welcome to a Let's Play by me, the GamerWolfSix of... Wait for it, when all this stuff passes by. Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. A game that I played and did a summer play of, but then I couldn't play anymore because my old computer just couldn't handle a cutscene. At least, that's what I think. But now that I have a new computer, and an open slot for, another video in the series, we'll, start this one. And on normal. I had to reset things because it took over my GDP.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit.
And I really don't want you
here.
to see it.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone.
So, was Gramps was helping her build the airplane, but didn't want her to fly?
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well,
I'll tell you why
still
I
a
made
girl,
that
just
sound
older.
later.
But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful.
Oh my grandpa and all of his buddies died creating this airplane.
Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up.
Were you gonna eject once you got up, or is there more? Because hopefully you could land.
So, I flew up, straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw OCS fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
The drone or the other airplane?
Right. You should have put in my investment in this piece of junk. Should have built a deterrent too.
Why would you not build an airplane to turn? Also, I need to look up what IFF means.
Is everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units! Take
I
off
guess it
and
was a
eliminate unidentified
stealth
craft
bomber?
attacking the base! This is not a drill!
Either that or the radar guy was drunk at the helm. And sorry if the audio is a bit weird. I did the best with the audio, but this is also kind of an audio test. Doing these kinds of mics are weird. Oh, I don't have the aircraft tree. Well, at least I have no GDP. I had to restart this because I had like a ton of GDP because I had to restart that one mission over and over again. And... oh yeah. The reason why I went... when she said aircraft balance, I was like, oh, crap. Can I use that one? It's grayed out though. Oh, it's her aircraft, okay. That kind of looks like the ones you'd get in the beginning of the game. It's like a single engine stuff. Well, beginning of Ace Combat games. Some MiGs or whatever. F-16? Maybe something like that. It just reminds me of Kerbal Space Program where I'm just like, oh god, no. Balancing aircrafts. Having it flip just before taking off.
Stand by at the front.
I didn't want to start this game and be like, I have a pretty good aircraft. Well, it was only the second aircraft, but still.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage
I thought this
Squadron.
game had like VR, and I really wanted to do this in VR, but apparently it just doesn't. Which I have no idea why. Like, you don't have to use controllers to play this, you can just use the headset to, you know, look.
The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Hear that? Column Squadron and your wingmen are airborne.
Also, I wanted to restart because, well, besides, you know, showing the story, I also wanted to remember what the story was.
Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa, looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit.
Kinda wish I could just look around however I want.
Mage 2,
What are you gonna do?
with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Golem 4, understood.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element.
Really?
You gotta keep an eye out for enemy bombers.
Usually I just run straight at the enemy and kill them.
Here we go. Looks like bombers have been located. It's showtime, Trigger. Let's see if you can handle the spotlight.
Sorry, I didn't see the
Enemy bomber confirmed
word
down.
stuff.
Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2.
Is it 5? No, 5 has changed targets.
Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
Does it show that guy on the map? Kinda.
There it is, sitting there all pretty, just waiting to be taken.
A woo?
Don't ice up in there.
What's that mean?
They're way overhead. Let's go introduce ourselves.
Harbor fuel storage is intact. Is asking for another round. All escorts roll up for another attack. Point is 835.
I'm on this one's tail. Watch out for the support aircraft.
Breaking out of luck.
Enemy support eliminated. This should make the job easier. Destroy the target.
Will do. It needs to be right on its butt.
Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2.
Oh, I'm holding the wrong thing. I was like, why is my thing
Target's
turning?
in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet.
Go behind, and then turn right at the back of their
Trigger,
nose.
don't forget your special weapon.
Wow, it does a bunch of damage.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
Yep.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go,
This
kid.
looks really
Give me
nice.
some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits.
Yep.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Oh, there, Trigger, settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Welcome.
It's like,
2, let's
keep with
maintain
Mage
elements.
1, and I'm like,
Copy that,
yeet.
Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Radio? Let's see, if I do this, it's quick turns, right? I think it might be.
Gollum, Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
Okay.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify.
Yep.
Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass.
I got a chapped ass here.
I can't tell them apart.
Oh. Yeah, that's a lot quicker turning.
They got me.
Well, I'm holding that, so let's take our hand out there and see what we got. Got a bunch of bogeys. Wow, they really don't give you a lot of missiles early on. Holy crap. Okay. Artillery.
Harbor facilities and carriers destroyed. Combat mission accomplished. We've still got half our baggage. Emptying them on hangars and runways.
Balls.
Bandit in my sight.
Locked.
You on that guy.
Don't let them destroy the harbor. Where the hell are our fighters? The harbor's under heavy fire.
Mage 2's bandit confirmed down.
Yeah, let's go for those guys. Well, thanks for getting rid of that one guy.
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp and think fast.
Oh, right.
Roger that.
That was ass-tighteningly close. Where's that other guy? Yeah, they'll follow us.
I've taken damage, but I'm good to go.
Yeah, those guys are getting a bit close.
Bandit
Nice. Didn't think that was gonna hit.
Ammunition zero.
Locked. One remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
Okay, that one didn't
Bomber
hit.
hit by a missile.
It's just a bit too close for comfort to let it go around. Oh. Yeah, of course you're gonna make everybody else just disappear.
To Golem and Mage. Job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no
My
sign of
Golem or my
bandits.
Mage?
You're in the clear.
Or I guess we're squadrons.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow
This would be
down.
really
It's
nice to
just
be in
one
here.
sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Ammunition zero. Ammunition
Yeah, I gotta
zero.
side with the boss man on this.
Ammunition zero. Ammunition zero.
Golem Squadron,
Ammunition
this is
zero.
HQ. Did you
Ammunition
confirm
zero.
any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
What's the deal with drones?
Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
What did I set for autoflight? Oh.
Seawater and Gunther Bay. I am Princess Rosa Cosette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
So Arush is the bad guys, right?
Call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back.
And we're
We
Ocean.
are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia.
Okay.
International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
Cool. Also, between missions, like, if one of them's particularly hard, then I might, you know, redo something so I can get, you know, more monies. In case, you know, it's tough. Yeah. Yeah, we go into the next mission. We'll look at it, but we
As
won't
of
really
1
do it.
p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Yusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
Is this about fake news or something?
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Yusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent. plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusea, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusea went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusea didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
That's gotta suck hard.
Yeah, I survived.
What?
I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusea. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusea, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Okay. Now we'll see what will be on the next Let's Play.
Erusea has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Usian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusea are currently appearing throughout Usea. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
I wonder if this is the one with the boss thing. Well, we'll have to see. Clickety clickety clack. Aircraft tree. Performance of missions. Exchange new aircraft. Receive. I'm in campaign mode. Air performance determined by your completion time, number of kills, etc. Mm-hmm. Sturdy, capable of anti-surface. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I think stability means how many hits it can take before it... Oh, wait, that's that. Then what's stability? At defense, right? Yeah, defense. Hey. So I had 30,000 before I figured out a way to delete the monies. What's that? Airman first class. I'm gonna have to fight some more before I get that. We already got that, right? Okay. Because I'm gonna go all the way to that F-22, baby. Which is usually the more realistic things. F-35, that's like the multi-trillion-dollar United States thing. It's kind of funny that's like, oh hey, we put it down here. The F-22, that one's a lot better, you know? I mean, F-35, who fucking cares? And SU, is that like Russian? I don't it's been a bit of a while since I've played this game, but it's interesting to see what they're going with the story. You know, the, hey, shit might not be so black and white. Let's see, what's the things I'm looking for? Like more payload, more damage in payload, I think. Increased missile power. Nice. Well, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play, so I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please comment, because like comments, them to like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube, like the grid, and please like, subscribe, and check out this epic crowd. Please remember this banner near your animals help control the pet population. I'm going to go check how big this video is, and my audio. And until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Ace Combat 7. See ya.